Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt review time again. And this time we're going to be re-reviewing minersdepot.com, and more specifically, their $50 bag. Now, if you saw my last video, you know I had planned on doing a battle with that bag and another bag. Well, this was the other bag. But unfortunately, Miners Depot is not playing nice with their Paydirt or their customer service. And I've got a lot of choice words to say about this company and where their Paydirt is at right now. And I didn't want to mix that in with a battle, so we're just going to do a review on Miners Depot, again, with their $50 bag. Now, the last time I reviewed Miners Depot, I got some really good results and a really good ROI. And I'm hoping I get an even better ROI out of this bag for all the troubles I had just getting it in. But we'll have to wait until the end to find out. And since this company doesn't have a description, let's just go straight to the overhead and check out this bag a little bit closer. As you saw, they do have a description. It just doesn't really say anything about the Paydirt itself, other than that some bags are good and some bags are great. Now let's weigh this up, see how much material is here. It doesn't say anything about weight in the description, but let's find out. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. Dump this material out, and yeah, as I suspected, it is wet, damp. This is not just a little damp, this is very, very wet. So I am going to go dry this material off, and then we will be right back. Okay, all done classifying, and as you can see, pretty equal amounts in all 4 classifications. Maybe a little bit less than the -40, but overall pretty good. Now let's check the lower 2. See, has any magnetite. Looks a little bit heavy in black sands, but not really much in the way of magnetite. So if it does have a lot of black sands, you won't be able to cheat and use a magnet. There's really nothing in there. Now, while I'm hoping to find gold in all 4 classifications, if I don't find any in the +10, I won't be disappointed because this is only a $50 bag. But the other 3 classifications I'm really hoping to find gold in. But the only way to really find out is to pan it out. So let's go get some water and do just that. Well, finished panning everything out as you saw, and that was some fairly easy pay dirt to go through, but we'll talk about that in a minute. For right now, let's show you the gold I found. I found gold in every classification, from the +10 all the way down to the -40. So really happy with that. Some nice little piles in all three of them, including that really big picker. But I will tell you, that picker is very, very thin. So I don't think it's going to weigh very much. And in fact, we're going to weigh up just that little picker by itself, just to see how much it weighs. 0.175. It probably looked a little bit heavier than that on the camera. It looked heavier than that when I first started panning it out. But once I actually got it out, I knew it was just a little skinny thing. So let's just start weighing this all up from the +10 down, or the -40, I should say. Not sure if this is gonna, yeah, it's budging the scale. 0.060. Now this bag has no guaranteed set amount of gold in it. Maybe close, about 0.8, something like that. 0.995. Now for this bag of pay dirt from Miners Depot, it was fairly easy to pan out. While it did have a little bit of fine gold, it really didn't have anything in the way of black sands, and it was extremely clean material. So for a beginner, I would give this a medium just because of the fine gold, but for an advanced or expert panner, this is really easy pay dirt to go through. All right, finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, and let's get right to it. This again was from minersdepot.com. It was their $50 bag. It had no guaranteed set amount of gold, but they do say they add gold. Its cost was $50, shipping was $8.05, so total cost right here, $58.05. Now the gold I recovered, again, right here, 0.995 grams. And I did test out that really thin big picker, and it tested between 18 and 22 carats. And the gold spot on the day that this bag was received was $55.21, making this gold worth $54.93, giving me an ROI of 94.63%, or on my scale, a 9.5. And you'd think I would be really happy with the bag of pay dirt, but I'm not. I'm really not. And since I am not happy with this bag of pay dirt, I am going to lower the fun factor from the 9.5 it should have been at to a 7.5. And the reason I'm really unhappy with this bag is because of the customer service and shipping, which we'll get to in a minute. But for right now, let's get through all the other things before we get to those. So for pay dirt description, they're getting a 2. It's the exact same score they got the last time I reviewed them. There's really no information on their website about their pay dirt other than the fact that they add gold and a price. So pay dirt description, they're getting a 2. For quantity and packaging, they're getting a 6.5. Quantity, they're getting a 5 because there is no stated weight, and that's my cutoff score for no weight, a 5. And for packaging, they're getting an 8 for a total score of 6.5. Now, in my last review of them, they got a little bit higher score on the quantity and packaging because I was giving everybody at that time a 10 for quantity if they didn't state anything. But I decided to stop rewarding people for not giving out information, so they get a 5 if there's no thing listed in quantity. So they're getting a 6.5. And now to the big suck. Customer service and shipping. They're getting a 1. For customer service, they're getting a big fat 0, and for shipping, they're getting a 2. And I would have given them a 0, except for they actually did ship this pay dirt. Now, on their website, they do state that it will take 2 to 4 weeks for them to ship out their pay dirt, which is 14 to 28 days. This bag of pay dirt took 66 days. and I sent them 6 emails and called them, 0 replies. They didn't reply to a single email, and their phone is just a recording telling you that they're closed. So if you have any problems with your order with them, you get 0 information back. And that to me is just atrocious. And while the ROI is great, there's no guarantee on these bags. So tomorrow they could start adding almost no gold to these bags, and you wouldn't be able to call them or email them to ask them, oh, is this normal? What's changed? Nothing until they reopen. And this is because they are currently in Alaska. They are not in Arizona where they were when I reviewed them the last time and where their storefront is. They are up in Alaska running their gold camp, and they're still shipping pay dirt though, just not very well. So for the Miners Depot $50 bag, they're getting a score of 5.1, which is far lower than the 7.8 they got on their $100 bag, and it's just left a nasty taste in my mouth. So would I buy this bag of pay dirt again? No, not while they're in Alaska. Now, once they go back to Arizona and start selling again, yes, maybe then I will buy some more of their pay dirt. But while they're in Alaska and they're focusing so much on their gold camp, why buy pay dirt from them when that's not their focus anymore? They're not focused on selling products out of their store or selling their pay dirt. They are there just gold mining and helping others gold mine. And selling pay dirt is kind of on the back burner, in my opinion, to them, because 66 days is just horrible. Especially if you're not going to email somebody and tell them, hey, we're sorry we got behind this and this and this. 0 communication, really, really slow shipping. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button below.